Hello, welcome everyone. This is Dina Redinger, and welcome to the Confident Women Leaders Show. My name is, as I said, Dina Redinger. I am the CEO of ACE Coaching Company and Diagnostic Thinking, and I have an amazing guest with me today. Her name is Sonali Roy. She is a leader in a large organization, and she is in charge of integration, delivery, IT transformation, strategy, innovation. And what we do believe is that women are changing the world. And I want to thank you, Sonali, for joining me this morning, or in the evening for you, I should say.
Yeah. No, I mean this really tells how global we have gone, and I think I would thank you, Dina, for providing a platform for women like us to speak. I hope that whatever we talk about, there are other women who can take some cues from it and also implement in their career path or in their personal life itself.
I love that. I love that. We met about 2 years ago, and
Mm.
it was a transformation for both of us. And I learned a lot about what do women need in India? What do women need in Asia Pacific? And, where is their confidence and where things are coming from? It was such a great learning for me, and it was a great relationship to build with you and your senior leadership team. And I'd love for you to share with the world what you'd like for them to know about you.
Yeah. So this is Sonali, as Dina introduced me. My full name is Sonali Roy. I am based in India, Bangalore, and I started my career, I would say, pretty much like any other engineer people in India, starting with a software company, and then navigated my way up through the career ladders and today, I am here leading a very talented group of people comprising of both men and women to make a change in the digital world, to make a change how we deliver in the IT, and to overall to make a change in the healthcare industry by implementing the technology and helping patients with technological advancements that has been done throughout. Uh, it was a privilege that I had throughout my career to know wonderful leaders, be it men and women. And I have learned from all of them, which I think I have been able to implement. And there are also few sessions and few trainings, including what we had with Dina, gone through, which has also helped to establish myself as one of those people in the organization who can give the strategic leadership for the future enablement of the team.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And we could go many, many
All
hours about that, what you've done. So it's impressive what you do within your company. I wanted to ask you a
thank you.
question. Before diagnostic thinking, as we share around the world, diagnostic thinking is a process that I developed throughout looking back retrospectively over my career
Mhm.
and saying, how can we create some of these critical thinking skills to create confidence and strategies for moving forward? Why do you think that, and this is for probably men and women, why are they
Mm.
struggling at work and home, before this diagnostic thinking sessions that you experienced over, it's been about a year and a half ago now?
Yeah. I at least I can talk about myself, and also Dina, you might be knowing that later we also try to take this to the next layers that we had. So we will talk about it, but at least from my perspective, I can tell that before the diagnostic thinking sessions, right, that the DT sessions that had happened, um, we the woman particularly in from the India continent subcontinent, right, Indian subcontinent, that we always have these feelings, uh, we have the aspirations, but is it something that we are depriving our personal priorities to achieve that, and also the social circumstances, there are hardly anything that puts faith on you that whatever you are doing for your professional career, whether it is on the right track or not. What DT gave is that to help bring like-minded set of women leaders at one place. And at that point of time, I think I learned that it is not me alone in this game. but there are other people who are having the same kind of feeling. And the beauty of these sessions were that it is not only that we were discussing problem and someone was coming and telling that, hey, this is the solution to the problem, but the way the DT was structured, and Dina, I think a lot of credit goes the way you had conducted the sessions, that you empowered all the women leaders in that group to realize the thought process for the problems that we were thinking, and how really we can devise ourselves a way out of it. So it was not like something else was giving us a solution, right? It was us who were giving the solution to our own problem. And that was the beauty of it, because if there are any other person who is trying to solve a problem for you, you might or might not be convinced, or it might not be very apt for you to implement that solution. But if it is coming within you, then it's a different ball game altogether. And I think that is why whoever was part of that those sessions, Didi, including you, me, we were able to implement those discussions, those problems that we had brought in the DT forum, and take it back and then try to carve a way or try to strategize how to solve it. And we were able to solve in most of the cases. So end of all those sessions, if you look at the feedback from my side and from all the other leaders, were that it was a happy ending.
I love that. It truly is something that I think women struggle with all over the world. There is no continent
Yeah,
boundaries for it. We all do. Men do too. It's just a little bit different. And what I
right,
heard you say is that we do can create that confidence and faith in ourselves because we actually do have a lot of the answers, but they're kind of buried
right,
deep within some of our beliefs and things that we've experienced
right,
throughout our lives. And that is really
right,
hard to bring to the surface unless you have a safe environment to be able to talk about those.
right,
So I
right,
love that.
right.
Thank you so much. Um, and you shared a little bit about the power of a diagnostic thinking, and I think you spoke to it. It's really finding the answers within yourself, but knowing that you're not on an island. What was the power like? What did it feel like being with a other group of senior leaders and taking in their experiences and their thought processes?
Yeah, the base that I think need to be done for any such group to succeed, as you correctly said, Tina, or you alluded a little bit in your previous summary, this feeling of safety, right? The feeling that whatever you are discussing over here, it remains within that group. Two things, right? One is that in the professional career, most of the times you are not being able to open up as you would have liked to others, because there's always this thought process going at the back of the mind. uh, if I discuss this, how the other person is going to perceive, or even more than that, is it going to impact my career path in any way, right? If that person somehow discusses this elsewhere, right? And for the professional path specifically, it is hard to also discuss with people at your home, because they might not be able to understand or appreciate what is that you are going through in the professional life, because the culture over there might be very different to what they had experienced in their career path, if they had, right? So this is where I believe that DT played a critical role. In one hand, bringing people who had from the same background, or at least from the same organization, or so that they can appreciate and understand when we are talking about something where we are coming from. And the second thing is that to bring that environment of confidentiality, the sisterhood, because we were all women at that point of time, can't talk about, no, and that is that mix was so important for
Yes.
it to succeed. Yeah, that
And
way.
I love that you spoke to something that's really dear to my heart, and this is true for all women around the world. I believe that, and I truly believe this about men too, but for women there is a root for us that is all shared,
Mm.
and it's the same. It doesn't matter what you look like, what color you look like, what is the color of your skin, your hair, your nationality, or your culture. There really is something that we share that's very, very deep together. It's a beautiful
Right.
thing. So I wanted to thank you because that was an equally joyful experience for myself. So I wanted to share in that excitement. But I want to go back to what causes women to stall out, and it's really important, is the fear of being judged, the fear of losing opportunity, the fear of negotiating what you want, the fear of being seen as somebody that is being over aggressive. And many women have chosen to just not entertain any part of asking
Yeah.
for what they want for this intense fear of I can't accomplish that, or I'm not confident enough. With the strategies that came out of these sessions, I think that's what I saw with the 26 women that you talked about, the other layer that you put it through. Speak to that experience and maybe what those women got out of this, what you saw from your end.
Yeah. So when we went through this, the senior leaders in our organization really went through this sessions, and as I said, that all of us unanimously, the six of us who were in this program, kind of were aligned that really it changed the way that we had. Perceived our career path, perceived the challenges or the hurdles that we were facing in our um, professional, and even to some extent, I think that we had also discussed about some of the personal problems that we were facing. Is it something that can be taken advantage by others also in the organization? And that is where and it was a very very happy coincidence that point of time we were trying to really see how our next layer of women leaders can be also brought up and given an environment or an opportunity to grow in their career path. And that's where we thought that why not DT be a part of that program leadership journey as well for them. And luckily I was leading that initiative. And end of the initiative, which was again a very success story as per the feedback that we got from people. One of the feedback which we got unanimously is that some of the mental barriers that this woman had, because this woman were mainly in their mid-career level, I would say they were still not being able to decide that between the professional and personal life, how to really juggle between them. And what Diti gave them is that, again, trying to learn from others, right? How others have solved the problem, how to look at things, at the problem as an opportunity rather than a problem, right? And then try to overcome them. And the other thing is that this also gave them the sense or the importance of having a network or a fraternity, how it can help them. Yeah. All the people that they interacted with, they might not have known them if they would not have come to this platform, but this platform gave them an opportunity to build that relationships. Sometimes what we have seen, even in our case, right? If you look at Dina, now that we have progressed in our career, we can understand the importance of networking, how opportunity for yourself or your team can be unfolded with having networking capability, having people known about you and your team. But the meet managers, they might not have come to that stage to appreciate it, and this platform gave them that sense. I think those are the key things I would say that they had also learned, apart from whatever I spoke about, that having that safety feeling, removing the fear that they had. So all those things that we spoke about.
Mhm. Yeah, one of the things that we find with diagnostic thinking is that the truly where we get a little bit stuck is really kind of based on
Yeah.
our past experiences, or what we
Mm.
believe, our beliefs, and how to kind of unpack that. And you're right, Sonali, your family members can't do that for you because they're just kind of pat you on the back and say, oh yeah, you're right. Where
Yeah.
I think the DT sessions, we're really going to kind of dig in and challenge, how do you see things? Is there really truth behind that? But the beauty of it is that you're not on an island. We're all sharing some of those feelings. We're all sharing some of those beliefs,
Yeah.
but also that network. I want to go back to that really important word because I want to change it even. I think it's really influence. When you start to
Yeah.
create these deep relationships that are built on confidentiality, because you can't talk about things outside of this group, which is really, really
Mm.
important. And if you can't, we ask you to jump off. But it's important to build that influencing and that network of people that get to know you, right? So
Yeah.
when you do that, the groups have a web of experiences where people are kind of bonded at a very deep level. So I really appreciate that ability of influence. With those 26 women that you had that went through diagnostic thinking, do you know what
Mhm.
percent had jumped into new roles or even got new opportunities?
I would not be able to talk about the percentages, Dina, because
Mm,
from the organization perspective, I don't think that I would have that leeway to do that. But whatever, I think that it was a significant number, right?
okay. Yeah.
That had taken the next role. More importantly, I would say whether it is the next role that they were able to take or not, they themselves felt confident that if there is an opportunity that comes across them, right, for them to move to the next role, they
Mhm.
felt confident to take it up. And that's what matters most of the
Right.
times when we talk to the women employees or the team members. One of the things that I see this apprehension across the globe, right, be it India or outside. Do you think that I am ready for the next role? You would not see that many men would talk about that. If someone says that, hey, I'm giving a progression for the next role, I have hardly seen any men telling that, no, I don't think I'm ready. I'm not sure whether I can do justice. But women do that. And it is a lot of psychology that we can talk about. What I think that another advantage that we got from these sessions were that they felt confident. They felt that uh,
Yeah.
any problem, if it comes, yes, they can solve it. So that is one of the key things that I will say that the woman had taken away from there.
And that is the biggest takeaway for me,
Yeah,
for diagnostic thinking. And I see this time and time again is 100% of the people that go through the program are 100% either more confident or much more confident by measure.
yeah,
And they feel like they can step in and ask for what they want, and there's nothing that they can't overcome. And now they've got a
yeah.
great platform of people to help them move. So thank you for sharing that, and I appreciate that. What would you tell somebody who's thinking about being in a diagnostic thinking group and they're kind of a little bit reluctant? What would you tell those people?
Just take the leap, right? To take the leap. Don't hesitate. I think that is your first step to move your career. And I would say that more than the career, it is your first move to change how you look at things, how
Yeah.
you try to solve issues, right? Whether you how you are going to analyze an issue, how you are going to diagnose an issue. So it will change the entire perspective, and it will help to really solve most of your complex problems, be it in your personal or professional life, in a different way. I think that just go for it.
And I love that after we, ended the session, one of the things that was really a key takeaway for me is just the joy and the excitement that I heard
Yeah,
for them being able to step in and going after the things that
yeah,
they deserve, but they want and they dream about, but now they can actually have it. So it's like
right.
super excited for me that, I know that the women that are in your organization that experience are going to be doing great things. I know they're doing great things. I can
Okay.
see them
Yeah.
doing great things. And if it wasn't for you, Sonali and your senior leadership to make that happen, and also HBA. So I wanted to give credit to HBA for the
Absolutely.
introduction as well.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank
Absolutely.
you for everything that you're doing over there on the other side of the world. We will all be friends forever. And I want to thank
Absolutely.
you for all your hard work that you do behind all of the great things you do with integration, IT transformation. And I appreciate you, Sonali Roy. Take care. And thank you for being a part of
Thank
the
you. Thank you,
conference.
Dina. Thank you, Dina, for providing that wonderful platform. I think each and every woman who wants to succeed in their career path ought to try that out.
Awesome. Thank you, Sonali. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye,
You have a
everyone.
great day. Bye.